Book title: Leadership Lessons from the Man Who Created an Empire, Alexander the Great. Written by Lance Kirk, PhD. This book is a book on leadership, taking examples from the life of the great conqueror and emperor Alexander the Great. Although his life is not completely something that we could say edifying because of many misbehaviors, manslaughter, bisexuality, many wives, etc., etc. Certainly, there are some examples from his life that we can take as a learning for leadership. The author, who is trying to explain that those processes of leadership, which he recalls 4 processes for leadership, illustrates them with several examples of the life of Alexander the Great. The 4 processes are: number 1, reframing problems; number 2, building alliances; number 3, establishing identity; number 4, directing symbols. In reframing problems, I could take as an example the battle at the river Hydaspes, that is reaching India, where he has to defeat the army of Poros to control it. But Poros has 200 elephants in his army, and it's a much larger army than Alexander's. With the elephants add to the problem that the horse, which were the main force of Alexander, could not fight any place near the elephants because they would be scared by just their stench. Hence, Alexander has to reframe the problem, and he decides to hire archers, javelin throwers, who will eliminate the elephants, make them be the problem when it was an asset, become the problem for the enemy army, and thus make it weaker, and finally was able to defeat Poros in that battle. Building alliances, again, aftermath of the same battle. In these second leadership processes, he takes it because when he chased Poros after he was running on his impressive white elephant, he took some Indian horse so that he could get nearby him and ask him, once he caught up with him, "What do you want me to do with you?" The reply of Poros is not very clear, historically speaking, but certainly he asserted to be a king, and he wanted the treatment of a king or be killed. Alexander decided to allow him continue being a king. Not only that, even extending his kingdom. Thus, this created a great alliance of the people and even the successors of Poros with the successors of Alexander the Great. Establishing identity, also he gives several examples. Among them is a very interesting one, having heroes. Alexander had the hero of Homer, and he knew how to tell stories from the Iliad, such a way that, well, in that way his own identity would be created with those stories, and people would in a way revere him. And directing symbols was a very important part of this process. It's the 4th process of leadership. Among them, once when they had to try to cross a desert so as to know more and be able to establish better the maps. By mistake, also being misled by the guides, they realized that they ended up without water. The army put together all the water resources to offer them to their king, and the king rejected them, saying that he would share the same fate, which in this case was to live together crossing the desert. Many people died, but he remained the leader. Besides that, he was always leading at the front with his horse, with a clearly visible helmet that would encourage all his army to follow along. Finally, the author ends with some concluding thoughts about leadership and some concluding thoughts about Alexander's life. Closing his book, his final words, with the importance of storytelling from the lives of your heroes, which define your identity or can help define your identity and your career, and that way keep making you a leader according to your own heroes.